Is knowing your credit score important? What actually makes up your credit score? And how many credit scores do you have? Those are some of the questions we're going to tackle in this video. Hey guys, Matt Snyder, Mortgage Insider here. Thank you so much for joining today. This channel is designed to give you an inside look at everything mortgage and real estate related. If you find the content useful, please like it and share it, and consider subscribing to the channel. So let's jump right in. What actually is a credit score and what factors make it up? So a credit score basically is a barometer on how well you manage your debt. And the things that are going to go into that, the biggest part of that is going to be your payment history. That's going to make up 35% of your credit score. So it's super important to make those payments on time. The next most important factor in your credit score is the amounts owed, or you can think of this as the balances on your credit file. Especially in your revolving accounts, you want to keep those balances as low as possible, under 30% for sure, as close to 20% as possible, to really try to maximize your credit score. The next most important factor in your credit score is the length of credit. So not a whole lot you can really do about this. It's all about when you've opened the accounts on your credit file. There is one way that you can kind of add some length to your credit, and that would be to jump onto someone else's account as an authorized user. I've got another video on that I definitely would recommend that you check out. That can be a powerful tool to really bump your credit score. The next piece in your credit will be the credit mix. So this is how much installment debt you had versus how much revolving debt, how your inquiries play into that, and all the different factors on your credit file. The more diverse your file is, the more different types of credit that you have, that can give you a slight advantage in your credit score as well. And then the last factor that affects your credit is going to be new credit. So anytime you open up a new account, it's actually going to hurt your credit slightly. This is only 10% of the equation, and after a couple months, you can see that start to change pretty quickly. So new accounts can help you, especially if you have a limited file, but they can also ding you a little bit as well. So that's a little bit on what makes up your credit score. So how many credit scores do you actually have? Now, a lot of people, when I ask this, they'll say 3 because they know there's 3 different credit bureaus. But the Fair Isaac Corporation, or FICO, which most people know it as, do you know they have a ton of different models that they use? And FICO's not even the only player in the game. If you use the Credit Karma app, it's going to use an Advantage Score, which is a totally different company that's got different scoring models as well. So there's a ton of different models out there, and depending on the industry that you're shopping in, so I'm in the mortgage industry, and let's say you'd reached out to me and applied for a home loan, there's a certain model that we're going to use, whereas if you were shopping for a car or opening a credit card, then they're going to look at a totally different scoring model. So knowing that exact credit score or the credit score that's going to be used for the application you're doing can be fairly difficult because of all the different options that are available. So is knowing your credit score even that important? Yeah, I really lean towards just knowing the information that's on your credit file, handling your accounts appropriately, making your payments on time, keeping those balances low. If you do all the things to take care of your credit score will follow. So especially in our industry, we see a lot of emphasis put on credit score, and knowing your credit score is helpful to give you a barometer and kind of give you an idea of what range you're in. But I always try to coach people on just doing the right things with your credit file. That way the credit score will improve if you're making the right movements, you're adding the right mix of credit, you're keeping those balances low and such. If you need some help with that, I've made a whole series on tips to build credit or improve your credit depending on what situation you're in. Check those out. And also, please, you can always feel free to reach out to me directly. All the links to my social media are in the description below. I think there's a ton of power and connection So let's connect. I'd love to help you on your credit journey or answer any of those mortgage or real estate questions that you have. Thank you again so much for connecting with this content. I hope it was useful to you, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Thank you so much.